Shalom Yeladim. Let's continue learning about the Parsha. Why were the Bnei Yisrael traveling? Well, they were traveling to Eretz Yisrael. And they were traveling in the Midbar, in the desert. Sometimes the Bnei Yisrael would travel, and sometimes they would camp. Sometimes they would walk, and sometimes they would stop. How did the Bnei Yisrael know when to travel and when to stop? Do you remember, Yeladim? Hashem had a very special cloud that would guide them. When the cloud would move, the Bnei Yisrael would move. When the cloud would settle, the Bnei Yisrael would camp and settle too. If it was nighttime, the Bnei Yisrael could not see the cloud, but there would be a pillar of fire, and they could see that pillar in the night. When the pillar of fire was traveling, the Bnei Yisrael would travel. When the pillar of fire would stop, the Bnei Yisrael would camp. But it was very difficult for Moshe to be able to talk to everybody at once. There were so many people. How could he talk to the Nesi'im? Or how could he call all the Bnei Yisrael together? He was just one person. Hashem told him, I want you to make for yourself 2 silver trumpets. And Aaron's sons are going to be in charge of those trumpets. We're going to have a special code. And when the Bnei Yisrael hear the trumpets, they will listen for the code and they will know what you are trying to tell them. So if you want to only call the Nesi'im, then what are you going to do? You're going to take 1 trumpet and you are going to go tekiah. Do. And after a long tekiah, all the Nesi'im will hear the tekiah from 1 trumpet, and they will gather in front of the Mishkan. And that will be your time to tell them what you need from them. If you're going to teach them a new mitzvah, and they have to teach it to Klal Yisrael. Whenever you need the Nesi'im, 1 trumpet and 1 tekiah. Do. Now, what happens if you want all the Bnei Yisrael to come in front of the Mishkan? Then the sons of Aaron are going to blow 2 trumpets at the same time. And they're going to make a loud tekiah. Do. And when the Bnei Yisrael hear that 2 trumpets are blowing, then they will all gather and come to the Mishkan. And it will be your chance, Moshe, to talk to them, to teach them, to guide them, to give over my messages. Now, what happens if it's time to travel? What is going to be the code for that? Well, listen up. The sons of Aaron, are going to take 2 trumpets, but they're going to do a tekiah, teruah, tekiah. Do you remember those sounds from when? From Purim? Nah. From Sukkot? Nah. From Rosh Hashanah? Yes. It's going to go do, 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 do. And when the Bnei Yisrael hear the 2 trumpets, the tekiah, the teruah, the tekiah, then they'll know it's time to pack up their houses, time to pack up their things, because it's time to travel. How special was that? This way, it was easy for Moshe to get in touch with anybody that he wanted to. Now we're going to practice. I'm going to blow. Let's play a game. I'm going to blow a sound, and you're going to tell me what that is the code for. Are you ready? Okay. I'm using one trumpet. Do. What does that mean? You're right. The Nesim. They had to come in front of the Mishkan. Okay, let's try another one. You're doing good. Do, 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 do. What was that code for? Do you remember? Yes, it was time to travel. Tekiah, Teruah, Tekiah. Okay, there's another one. Let's see if you remember. Do. What is the code for that? That is the code for, let's see if you remember. Yes, the Bnei Israel. They all gathered in front of the Mishkan, ready to hear what Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to tell them. These special silver trumpets were only in use in the time that Moshe Rabbeinu was alive. When Moshe Rabbeinu passed away, these trumpets were hidden. And Amir Hashem, when the Mashiach comes, we will have those trumpets again. Shalom Yeladim.